Hello everybody, my name is Xaphan, and welcome back to some more Aeon on Mosaic Anemone. Yes, I know, Everlasting Summer. Where is the episode? Today we're doing this one, because I started this one before the modded version of Everlasting Summer Samantha, so remember, I gotta come back to what I haven't finished yet. But we're still missing a memory segment. If you haven't seen my first previous episodes, go watch them now, then come back. Okay, you're all caught up. Cool, fantastic. I'm gonna be trying to see how I can unlock that last memory segment. It's throughout the choices that you pick, so I think maybe if I keep silent, because before I offered help. So maybe if I keep silent. Oh, okay. What's more, Obsidian is a stubborn person. With me offering a helping hand now, you could see it as me taking pity on him. If you really need anything, just ask. I live very well now. Do what I want to do. I am at least not chained. And don't need to follow orders. I think I've already done this one. Yep. Okay, so I didn't unlock that segment. Okay, cool. What if we go into... Okay, maybe I'll unlock memory segment 6 through number 1, but I'm gonna work my way backwards, alright? Okay, so... yeah, it comes down to the first memory segment. So again, if you haven't seen the last couple episodes, I know the first, this first 2 minutes was a bit ugh. But if you haven't seen the last couple, the first few episodes, then you won't get it. This was Obsidian. So... okay. So this is where I needed it to be. To do not take out the letter, or to take out the letter. And I'm pretty sure I take out the letter. If I don't take out the letter, maybe I'll have a good memory with this girl. But I promised Obsidian to send this letter for him. He is my best friend after all. And if it wasn't for him and his letter, I wouldn't have the chance to meet this girl. This is probably fate. Sometimes we want to escape, but most of the time, we'll just let it run its course. Well, there's actually something. I took out the envelope that I had been clutching so hard that it has already started to crumble. This is... I'm trying to get her voice again. It sounded very bad. I have a friend who asked me to give this to you. A friend? Well, it's Obsidian, computing major. By the way, in fact, he always publishes articles on the forum. And he also contributed to the novel you had mentioned. Ruta hesitated for a moment, but finally took the letter. Why doesn't he come here himself? There we go, boom, got it. He's shy. He's usually a male chauvinist. But in fact, he acts just like a little girl. Oof. So how are you two still friends? As the saying goes, one would fight and one would endure. And so, due to our different personalities, we became close friends. I don't know why, but after I sent the letter out, I felt way more relaxed all of a sudden. Although I don't know whether Obsidian and she will eventually come together. At least I have not failed both of them. I've said all I have to say, and did all I'm supposed to do. What you do is up to you. Right, I'm leaving now. There's still an English class later. There's no way I'm staying here to listen to that old hag's lectures. The actual reason is that I'm way too embarrassed to stay any longer, but the English lesson is really not that interesting anyway. I might as well be playing some games in the dorm, plus there's a big meal waiting for me. Hey, wait a minute! Turned around to sneak out of the back door of the classroom, I was once again stopped dead in my track by Ruta's voice. What is it? Thanks, Convalor. Many mental images started to pop out of my head. What if I don't give give her the letter. Maybe there could be an unforgettable story between the two of us. Little regret, a little chagrin. Perhaps this is the sequelae of the beauty of adulthood. Or maybe you should stop using big words that people don't understand. I smiled at Ruta before leaving the classroom. Oh! That's how you unlock memory segment 6! I am so glad I took the first route. I am so glad I made that decision. Because then all of these memory segments are null and void. So what if... Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. Oh, this is all new. Look at goosebumps. Sitting on the train to my destination, I specially chose a seat by the aisle. The pain under my ribs made it impossible to lean back in the chair. Bending down, I took out that red invitation from my worn and old backpack. Tomorrow's my best pal's wedding. They didn't forget about me, and so I had to respond to their hails. And I didn't even bring my phone with me for the trip. Those that want to see me won't contact me, and those who contact me are either those that are rushing the script or debt collectors. It would be better to just cut off all the outgoing contacts to get me some peace and quiet. As I put everything in my hands down, my heart seems to get lighter too. No longer would I be pushed around by these that do not understand me. No longer do I need to order around with those in power. No more memories of the sad past and people who I do not want to see. I still remember what my high school Chinese teacher said to me. The highest state of mind is emptiness. Damn! Yeah. That was deep. I'm 14 and this is deep. If you treat the world as nothing, good and evil shall thus cease to exist. Nothing cannot be lost, and thus nothing can be lost. I put the invitation back and accidentally nudged the middle-aged woman sitting next to me. The woman glared at me fiercely and moved a little more to the right. Probably because of the smell on me. After all, no one wants to sit with someone that looks like shit. It started to hurt again. Closed my eyes and gently pressed my head against the back of the front seat. The wedding held by my friend is rather close to the university. I can still remember that 10 years ago, the whole place is just a barren land, and now it has developed into a small business district. The places that the students complained that not even birds will shit, now even has a scenic park. The hotel is located right next to the park. Since he had invited a ton of alumni, the place is rather lively. When I check in at the door, the person in charge staring at me with a disdained look. With a bitter smile, I fished out my invitation from my backpack and wrote my name neatly on the registration. Did I end up getting homeless from this? Like, did the roles reverse? Was I the homeless one next? They lifted a red packet of 1,000 yuan and nodded to the lady with a smile. There are 40 tables that have been set up in the meeting hall. Most of the people have been seated. There is a small number of people that are mingling. Looking around, I finally found a familiar figure. From my impression, he'd always dressed casually. This is the first time seeing him in a suit. He was having a chat with 2 other guys, and had noticed me unintentionally while turning his head. Unsitting and patted the shoulder of the guy beside him, said a word, came right to me. I suddenly felt a sense of sorrow for no apparent reason. Hey, looks pretty! Gun Valor! It's been a long time. I didn't really expect you to come. Long time no see. I stretched out my right hand to shake, but Obsidian, who had now come to my side, pulled back his hand. He rubbed his nose awkwardly with his right hand and stepped back. Oh, come on, bro. Last time I saw you, you were the day we took the graduation picture. I'm sorry that day. I was too busy on that day, so I couldn't have time to chat. Oh, it's alright. I got something to do on that day too. I smiled awkwardly, and he scratched his hair. I read the novel you serialized on the website. Not bad, actually. But in fact, I'm not satisfied with the novel, as as a huge chunk of it was ordered by the publisher to change. The final published version is far from what was originally written, by a huge margin. Is it? I'm happy to hear. I'd also read the books you published. They're excellent. Yeah! The book is inspired by the time when the three of us were in university. It actually brought back a ton of good memories when I was writing. Oh, this just turned depressing. Some other day, if we have time, let's have a meal together. Yeah, alright. I have something to do here. Why don't you find a place to sit down first? I'll be working on my stuff for now. Alright, you go ahead to do your stuff, and I'll be fine by myself. Obsidian waved at me and then left to entertain the others. I noticed there's a bunch of debris at the corner of my eyes. Walking over and pulled out a chair. I've decided to just sit there. Don't be a party don't English apparently. Don't be a party pooper on such a happy day. I had a dream in which I was with Ruta. During that faithful day, I did not give her the love letter and even confess to her. I had graduated successfully and set up a cultural company with her. Eventually I married her and she gave birth to a baby boy whom I named Miracle. As I jolted awake from my daydream that is actually a separate reality, with myself sitting at the corner of the wedding, just like the other debris around me, no one pays me any attention. The host announced that the wedding has begun. Obsidian came on stage to mingle with the other guests. After the host invited the bride and her parents, Obsidian stepped down from the stage to get ready to welcome her. Amidst the howls of cheers, and the bride finally appeared at the end of the red carpet. Ah! Beautiful. Ruta is particularly beautiful today, despite the makeup. It actually shows the rare look of femininity on her. The lace wedding dress brings out the perfect figure, and the delicate faces presented beneath the pure white headscarf. She smiled at the groom, full of affection. The groom took the bride's hand from her father and led her step by step to the center of the stage. With so many beautiful things in this world, this is the only moment that is really unforgettable in my life. I stretched out my hand and wanted to grasp the happiness that I'll never get, but we were half a stage away. I could only hide in the dark corner, silently watching you. The groom wasn't me, and you didn't even notice me. I know this may be the best fate you could have. My world without you, and I have never existed in your world. So, farewell. I used the last of my savings to fly home in first class, the place I finally remembered as a child. After Grandpa's death, the house was completely empty, and even in the most difficult times, I'd not think of selling it for cash. After today, it may really be going to belong to others, but at this moment, it still belongs to me. Belongs to my memories. I closed the window. There were kids playing some ball game outside the window. I could still remember playing the same game with the neighbor's kid when I was young. I lit the charcoal I had prepared, watching it glow faintly in the darkness. Blackie approached me when Grandpa was still alive. It was the closest friend I would have. I picked up Blackie, opened the door, and let it out. Bye! I wanted to come back, but at that moment, it seemed to have read my eyes. Finally, it left. As I looked at its fading figures, I gently closed the door. The battery of the mobile phone has been removed, and the TV, computer, and radio not being turned on. Everything seems to quiet down so much that I could hear the clock ticking as clearly as when I was a child. At that time, I was still sleeping with Grandma. The street lights were shut off at the dead of night, and there was no light inside or outside the house. All I could hear was Grandma's uneven breathing and the ticking of the clock. Slowly, the sound of her breathing becomes weaker, but the click becomes clearer. At that time, I already know what death is, and I'm afraid that people around me will just leave me like this. So I listen carefully, searching for it within the flow of time itself. But I find that no matter how I distinguish it, the sound of the clock will become louder and louder. It's like the sound is etched in my brain, forcing me awake. Fortunately, the next morning, Grandma will wake me up on time. I look out the window, no longer seeing the darkness, only the lazy sunshine. And now, in this somewhat old house, there is only ticking left. I sit on the vintage cloth sofa. Although the spring inside has become flabby, my body still managed to relax on a whim. I recalled my childhood of the troubles I caused, the praise of the teachers and neighbors, as well as those people that I refused to forget. So many tales and stories had happened. But it turns out, there's a lot of things still left to do. Turns out, feel a little tired? I close my eyes. Everything belongs to the darkness. Although I can't see anything, I feel that there's a light shining not far away. Beneath the light stood a quiet girl, smiling at me. I waved my hand at her and then walked towards her. I said to her, "Hello, I want to know more about you." Oh! And that's it, because there's only 2 endings. There's only 2 endings. Damn, that was good. Damn, that was beautiful. Is there a way to... Yeah, so, there's a way to fast forward. So, I swear to God, if any of you guys did not... If any of you guys did not go back and watch the... Like, the older stuff, then yeah. Then you probably won't get it, but... Dude, that was amazing. Oh? Perspective Sarasa. Oh, this is new. Sarasa, you're finally awake. How long was I out? About an hour or so. How are you? I think you look like shit. I think Sarasa is a female, I'm not too sure. Wipe the corner of my eye. There's still some tears there. My entire body's aching. As expected, this job doesn't really suit me. Seems like it checks out. Wasn't really much of a difference from the previous deduction. So, are we done here? I'm just not sure whether the client would be satisfied with the result. There's no way around it. We can't make things up. Take out the phone. It's already 4:30 in the afternoon. I didn't expect it to take so much time. Oh, I'm gonna call Uncle. I think he's been waiting for a really long time downstairs. As Gerberon was leaving the room, I stood up and stretched. There were two kids playing with balls outside the window, both laughing happily. It seems that the man named Convalor also saw a similar scene. I'm just hoping that he could get his redemption from it. The door cracks again, and the officer in charge of the case walks in. How's it? Satisfied? It was indeed a suicide case. We'll be heading back to... He killed himself! Ah! It was indeed a suicide case. We'll be heading back to tell the client about it right away. I thought the legendary Sky Eye would find something different. We were trusted by the client to investigate the matter, so sorry for the troubles caused, sir. I made him play a playful face. It seems like all these middle-aged police officers accept this form of apology. Alright, jeez. Now that the investigation is over, let's just get this over with. I still need to submit all these paperwork at the station. Okay then, Uncle. See ya. Goodbye, officer. Gerberon. As we had reached the end of today's investigation, Ceresa and I walked our way back to the office. Although I'm only a recorder, and with all the credit goes to her. I was right, she was a girl. It is still very fulfilling and substantial. Wow, okay, that is very different.
Hey, nerd. Did you get any business allowance today?
Yeah, I think so. Dude.
There's a place near here that sells double-layered milk custard. Absolutely delicious. How about we go there and get to?
I think Gerberon is like Insidian, but I'm gonna give him a different voice anyway. I don't want to eat, Sarisa Senpai. Senpai. You can just go ahead and eat yours.
Huh? I didn't mean to invite you. I meant that I want to eat 2 portions.
Oh. Haha. Sarisa Senpai's making fun of me again, despite the fact that I've partnered with her for a few times. She still treats me as a newbie. In fact, there are many questions that I want to ask her, but I just don't have the opportunity, and I don't know how to strike up the conversation. Sarisa Senpai, can I ask you a few questions?
Ask away. Why are you so polite all of a sudden?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask you. What do you see every time? It feels sort of magical.
Oh, that! Why don't you ask the boss about this? Didn't he tell you anything?
Ask him. He looks way too serious all the time. I'm just too scared to ask. Oh, that was so cute. It's my cat's custom ringtone. I didn't expect her to be calling me during work.
Oh, is your dear wife worried again? What? She's afraid I'll have an affair with you or something. Unfortunately, I'm not interested in you, young people.
Sarisa Senpai, stop being so sarcastic.
Come on, let's go. Double-layered milk custard next time then.
Oh, it is going to make Sarisa Senpai sad?
Nah, it's your treat next time.
Okay, well, episode 0. That's all I can understand from this, but okay, yeah, that's like, so I'm assuming that, is there anything after this? Fragment system has been unlocked. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave this. I'm definitely gonna leave this for another episode. This is different. Damn, yeah, fragments will definitely be different. Okay, yeah, so, sorry for the last portion. I wasn't too sure about the voices to give the last couple of people, but this is unlocked like a whole lot of. So I'm assuming that, you know, the memory 6 is actually the canon memory, so the actual like that's the true ending, and the ending where you get with Ruta is the false ending, is an alternate ending. Oh dude, that is great. But I'm so glad I did it the way that I did it. But hey, I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.